Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we're gonna learn a little bit about ring magic. Got two tutorials that we're gonna teach you today, which is kind of cool. A guy by the name of Nevin Sanchez submitted this ring effect to me, and I thought it was really cool. Now it's a little bit knacky, but it's actually really insanely visual. Basically, it looks like you throw the ring through your finger and bam, it lands on your finger. And we'll get into that explanation from Nevin in a second. I also want to teach you something that I came up with using a ring, which I think is really, really powerful. It actually uses a deck of cards with a ring, so two things that I carry with me all the time. And it's not something that, I'll be frank, I was pretty reluctant to teach this, but I felt like, you know what? You guys could probably get some good mileage out of it. It's kind of an add-on to an old principle. And also, don't forget, if you like this video and if you like this type of content, make sure to hit the like button. It actually helps the video do better in the algorithms, which does better for the channel, which ultimately does better for me, and then you guys get more content out of it. So appreciate it and thank you. So right before we get into these tutorials, we do have to acknowledge something first. Squarespace. This video is brought to you by Squarespace.com. Whether you need a domain, a website, or online store, make sure you make your next move with Squarespace. You can create a beautiful website or online store with the award-winning templates offered by Squarespace. It's a really great way to be able to present your own ideas. And because Squarespace has a sort of all-in-one platform, there's nothing to upgrade, install, patch, or anything, ever. Also, if you're ever having troubles with the website, they offer an award-winning 24/7 customer support, which is always there to help you through those tough times. And one of the key differences with Squarespace is they offer you a unique domain experience, which is completely transparent and easy to use. Whether you're a magician, a photographer, a videographer, a musician, Squarespace is literally used by every type of person and artist in the entire world. So if you're interested in starting your own website and having your own sort of, this is my magic space, you can start your free trial today. Head on over to squarespace.com and enter the offer code below, which will get you 10% off your first purchase with Squarespace. So if you're in the mood to create your own website, good luck. There's the information, link below. Let's get into the tutorial. Here is the actual first video that he sent me via Facebook. He just sent me a link, and this is what I watched, and this is what fooled me. So this is what made me want to bring this on the channel and share it with you guys. The second I saw it, I was like, whoa, that freaked me out just a little bit. I thought it was like a special ring or something like that. Turns out it's just an average finger ring. And you know what? I'll let Nevin get into the explanation for this. So have a look at his performance as well as the tutorial.
So let's start off with a ring. You want a ring that's completely round and with no edges on it, so it'll look the same whether you rotate it or not. Also, you want a ring that's gonna be a little heavier. When you throw it, it has momentum to go down your finger. So if you have a lightweight ring, it'll just get stuck right here because there's no momentum behind your toss. You want it to be around the weight where you wouldn't want to use like IT with it, because that's like a good weight that I found. Now when you're actually tossing this, you want, oh, and another good point to make is you want your hands to be completely dry. You don't want to use lotions or wash your hands before doing this because the moisture will catch the ring up here and it doesn't look good at all. So when you're actually tossing this, you want your hand to be at a natural 75-degree angle. I've tried 45 and I've tried 90. Those are two like extremes. Ring finger to be slightly bent. You don't want it to be like this because this is obvious, but you want it to be like right around here, and right before you toss it you can adjust it slightly, and when you finish obviously you pull back and make it look as though it's straight. So when you toss it, you're taking the ring and lining it up with your knuckle. So when you come back up and you rotate, you're gonna rotate the ring so it's horizontal and parallel with the finger, so it'll just slide on like that. So you come up, rotate, toss, and it should land right there. Now, your hand shouldn't move all that much, so you don't want to be throwing it on like this because that's obvious too. So you really want to shift your hand, if anything, slightly to the right of wherever you're tossing it, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. If you're left-handed, you want to be shifting it to your left. And what I do is I look through the hole to see if it's lined up with my ring finger, so I know if the toss will be good or not. When I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a good toss, I'll take it, rotate it, and I'll pause right here for just a quick second and then toss it. So now some good practice tips for this is just literally taking the ring like this and dropping it onto your finger. You know, find that good tossing point and then you start adding the tossing motion. And that's when it really starts to look how it should. And then you get farther away, the more confidence you get, and then you line it up, do the toss. Another good tip is to have your hand come in diagonally. So if you do shift it out a little bit, you want your hand to be coming back in like this. So it lines back up with where the ring is gonna end up. So you take it, you toss it, and as I'm tossing it, my hand is coming over to line up as if I just went like that. So at speed, it should look like that.
So that was that. Pretty cool, right? So here's one thing though, like after I've learned this and I went back and watched the videos, I thought to myself, this is so obvious. This is way too obvious. It looks like he's just literally throwing it on his finger, which he does. But however, the first time I watched this, I was completely fooled. I was floored and I was like, is this like a ring that opens up and like wraps around? I have to remember that initial feeling when performing it because, you know, sometimes we feel guilty about performing things because we think the method is too obvious. But if done correctly, this could be super striking and is a nice little add-on to that Justin Miller move in Divorce where he plucks the ring off, or to Patrick Kuhn's reflex, I think it was, where he plucks the ring off. You can add on to that. So it's kind of cool, kind of a freebie. I like it. So anyways, thank you to Nevin for sending this in. That's super generous of you. And if you want to go and support him, give him a follow sort of as a thank you for sharing this with everybody. I left his Instagram link below, so make sure to check that out. Let's get into what I want to teach. And this is a really, really cool way to force a card using a ring. All right, so for this demonstration, you're going to need a couple things. You're gonna need a deck of cards, you're going to need a ring, and you're going to need a light source. Now in this case, I'm going to amplify the light source that I have now with an iPhone flashlight, which normally you can use anything. So normally top-down lighting, so at a bar, anything else will suffice. But for this, we're going to amplify it using the iPhone. So basically what I'm going to teach you is how to be able to force a card. Now there's something known as the time force, and what the time force is let's say I wanted to force the 10 of hearts. I would take the spectator's hand or my hand and go this way, and they would say stop whenever they wanted, and I would start here, and they say stop, boom, right? They say stop, I stop here, and I go down, boom. And you always have to kind of like speed up or slow down. They say it really slowly, you know, I start here, and then they say stop. I'll just go right off the edge and I'll be like, oh, just try to say it while I'm in here, not while I'm over here, and I'll start over. And they go stop, boom. Sorry, I'm looking at the monitor. Then they go stop, boom, and I stop on the force card. Now, that's the time force. It's used, it can also be used in fans. So if you're like this, you can go like this, say stop, whatever, boom, right there, this card, and you can force a certain card using time as a force. Now, a lot of people think it's risky. Some people don't like it because if it's not within the vicinity of where the card is, then it starts to look fishy. And I kind of agree with that. So if you're here, for instance, and they go stop, and you kind of, you know, it doesn't feel as fair. You can also ask them which side you want to start from. You want to start from over here, make it as fair as possible, whatever you like. But what I found is that if you have good lighting, you can use your ring. You see that circle that I'm creating right now? So I'm gonna go like this, and I want you to say stop wherever you like, and we're gonna choose that card. So if you're here and they go stop, now as you come down, you can very clearly land on that, and it sort of encircles the pip, which is a really nice magical sort of property. But what I found is that because the ring is so big, stop, it allows you to sort of adjust as you come down onto the card. So again, let's say the 4 of diamonds is the force card. They say stop right there, perfect. It feels like that's the card I wanted to select unequivocally, and what's really nice about that is this sort of framing of that one pip. Like, it couldn't have been that one, it couldn't have been this one, it had to be this one. But while you're up here, which is very nice, you get a bigger circle. And then as you come down, you know, that's when the circle gets more pronounced. That's sort of my take on the time force. Not a massive tutorial, but for me, these little golden nuggets are really cherished. I love these extra little things on classics that are proven to work, that have been used for years, but now we've adapted it. You can use an iPhone if you like. You can have them hold the iPhone, or you could use the lighting that's at the bar, at the venue, or whatever. And just the ordinary ring, you can borrow a ring for this. And it's just a classy sort of, you're using that magical shadow property and, you know, whatever. I just really like this a lot. I'm in love with this idea. Something I came up with in Vegas this year. I was sitting with Franco Pascali. We were just jamming stuff out with rings and shadows, and I came up with this, and I thought it was really, really cool and a nice contribution to the Time Force. So feel free to go ahead and use that, and let me know your thoughts on this below. But that's it for this tutorial. Nothing, I didn't get a chance to go out and perform this or anything, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I think you guys take from it what you will, use it if you like it, take it or leave it, and that's it. So that's the my edition on the Time Force using a ring and a shadow. So that was my Time Force using a ring. The reason I like this so much is because it's organic, and I love the use of shadows. I think shadows in itself is innately a very magical thing, like when doing the haunted deck, using your shadow instead, and that type of thing. I think shadows are just magical. You know, they allude to like Peter Pan and his shadow having like this duel between the two. I just think there's something magical about it. And on top of that, the Time Force always seemed to me a little bit fishy, and with this method, it allows you to make it less fishy, just a little bit less, because you're reaching for a couple extra cards there, so it feels more magical and it feels more fair. So I hope you enjoyed that. Right, guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. A lot of content thrown at you today. A lot of content thrown at you today. We're throwing content out there. Thanks for watching and sticking around. Remember to hit that like button if you did. Subscribe here if you're new, and we'll see you on the next video. I'll be in New York all week, so expect some vlogs, and we'll see you then. Peace.